better. I mean, it's kind of close quarters, but I guess they have it down. It is laid moorings, like mooring ball type thing, and laid moorings for the dock. I just didn't feel comfortable in there that close. If the wind has a tendency to do crazy things around here, so when I came in here, I just really didn't understand how they're going to do this. But it looks to me like what they've got going on is they've got laid moorings for the bow line and the stern line, so they can tie you up like this, like parking spaces, and that's kind of cool. I wish I'd known that that's how it was. I would have taken one of those spots. I just was confused. I didn't realize what they were planning on doing. I thought they were going to put us in the dock at an angle. I didn't want to be in that close. Oh, draft, yeah.
Draft, please.
Well, there's Talisman out there on a mooring ball. They moved all the tables from the restaurant out here onto the dock, and I have to say it feels for all the world like the Caribbean, except they speak Turkish.
It's charming.
Kind of gives it away.
What? The Turkish gives it away? Crazy.
We've ordered ourselves some beers.
Did you check out the grapes?
Check out the grapes. They sell these here. Ripe and ready to go. Still feeling like it looks like the British Virgin Islands.
Except they speak Turkish.
Except they speak Turkish. Other than that.
Hey, you know what? This feels almost exactly like we're in the British Virgin Islands.
Well, getting ready to leave in the morning, and we're out swimming already. Great little place. Really highly recommend it.
Well, we caught back by here.
What's that?
We might come back here.
Yeah. So here's our friends the Mirrors on board their big Hansa, the Mirror Maid. So we've come up here to English Harbor to meet up with them. So we're just gonna kind of long line in next to them. They're out there swimming. Here we are, successfully long lined in next to Hugh and Claudia. Go jump in for a swim here in a second. This is Cleopatra Beach. So the history says that Cleopatra had all the sand brought in and dumped here in order to make a beach. And it's white sand, Egyptian sand, not the crushed rock that you find everywhere else around Greece. It's absolutely amazing to think about, you know, just on a whim you're going to bring this type of material in. The entire little inlet is filled.
Hi, sweetie.
Yeah, hanging out on Cleopatra's Beach. Sailboats out there with their sails up, so wind's filling in finally.
Well, we didn't film the ride back from Cleopatra's Island because it was a really awful ride. We were going into the wind and the waves had come up, and what was a beautiful glass ride out became a real smasher on the way back. So we're back recovering,
Yeah.
feeling a little bounced up. That's Talisman way the heck over there, and we're just at this little taverna right next to Erdogan's compound.
Yeah. If I was to do it again, I would have definitely brought a VHF radio, handheld VHF radio. The island was further than we expected it to be. We really had avionics on our phone, which was great. You know, we were able to see where we were going, but we didn't really. We underestimated how far it was going to be. There was no problem for the dinghy and the engine, but it bounced us around quite a bit on the way back. Well, this is what English Harbor looks like in Turkey. We're long lined in. We made friends with a couple on the Katana boat over here yesterday, and we were hanging out all day drinking and playing with Hugh and Claudia on Mermaid. Big Hansa.
Friends we made last year in the Ionian.
Yep. And it's lush here. It's really, really pretty. It reminds me of parts of New Jersey, except it's salt water.
I'm thinking it's a perfect day.
Yeah.
We went over to Castle Island and climbed on Cleopatra's Beach, and then we came back and we had lunch at a taverna, and then we came back to take a nap because it's super hot, and then we went for a couple of swims, like 4 swims today, and now we're just hanging out, waiting for sunset. And, and the Perseid shower is going on, so we've seen a few meteorites at night.
Yeah.
Or meteors, or whatever you call them.
One of us has. I was denied.
Oh, maybe you'll see him tonight,
Seeing
honey.
any meteorites.
You poor thing. Meteorless.
Well, that makes it all better. Getting our tanks pumped here in Turkey. They're real big on pumping tanks, and we're cool with it. So we're just laid up against the pump boat. There it goes.
Seemed like the gray water didn't have much of anything in it.
Well, that seems to be doing something.
This is the black water into it. The neutral. Putting it in forward. Okay. Kevin, why don't you take that? Or let me take that? What? You scared? The dock, that'd be great.
So where are we now?
So good.
The Yacht Club.
We're at the Yacht Club. We're at the Global Sailing Yacht Club. This place is awesome.
This place is awesome. We weren't so sure about it yesterday. We kind of stopped it. We were on the main dock, on the kind of, I guess what you would call the town dock.
One of them.
One of them. And that was fun. Enjoyed it. It's a great facilities. And then we walked over here. They could only give us one night, so we came over here and asked if we could stay.
Yep.
And they said yeah. So we came over, and it's beautiful. We swear it's patterned off the bitter end. With a little water sports operation, and
Yeah, they got a whole kids fleet and a whole bunch of stuff, kind of like the bitter end.
find in the thing. Yeah, there's a little kind of write-up on it up by the pond. It's got like a koi pond, and it talks about how they patterned the club after other similar places around the world, and so,
just brings a bit around to mind.
Yeah, especially with the amount of gardening and the way they take care of the trees and everything else that they've got. So very, very cool. We have dinner there tonight. In the meantime, we're on the swim dock.
I guess I have to go swimming.
We're going to do a little swimming. She got her butt though. So
my enthusiasm is high.
All right, let's go. Fleet of stuff. They got little showers here. Even the boats and the kids. All their dagger boards set up.
That's very nice.
All their sails rigged. They got
them all set up.
Talisman. The thing that's so amazing about this is we're way further south than we were when we were in Mykonos and other places in Greece, and yet the temperature is absolutely perfect. It's much cooler. There's lush trees and vegetation around, and just a super cool place to be. Quite the find. I really kind of thought it was going to be insect infested and no wind or any of that sort of stuff, because we really do get pretty far inland here. But just a beautiful, beautiful place to be. So good, Turkey. Hello. Looks like this will be our last morning here. Just gonna clear out here in about half an hour. We finish breakfast. And I liked it a lot.
Yeah, great place.
Very, very neat.
Really like the facility, and the people are great, and location's awesome. It's really quiet and easy going, and just a great place.
Yeah, people having breakfast. They do dinner out there on the patio when it doesn't matter so much that you're not in the sun. And yeah, so we're going to be sad to go, but that's just the nature of it.
Gotta keep going.
Gotta keep
check
going.
Everything out.
Yeah, got other places to go see. So here's a marinero coming out to help us. So let's get this one off. What we have going on is a crosswind blowing us into this neighboring Bavaria, so I'm going to have Wendy release that leeward line for a gear. I'm going to pull gently off. There we go. I think so. You ready? We're off. Use a little bit more luff tension on our head sole.
but we really don't have any more to go. It's going to require some adjustment up at the masthead, so we'll have to do for now. But it'll get us through. Having Wendy tighten up the main sheet, trim this sail a little bit in main, and get the little flutters out of the luff area. Move the draft forward some. So since it's a Turkish holiday and Erdogan, the Prime Minister of the President or whatever his title is of Turkey, is here, we have a warship off our starboard beam, more or less, and we need to go to the other side of him. But generally these guys don't like you to get real close. So we tacked. Now he's paralleling us. We're going to have to tack again, or we're going to end up sailing right into Erdogan's compound, which is pretty much what that guy is here to prevent. So I think we'll just have to stay on this course for a little bit, and then we'll tack back and go behind him. And hopefully we have enough separation to keep those guys happy. So we made our way around the warship uneventfully. At least so far they haven't come out to try to board us or explode us. Count that as a victory. Yeah, we just figured we'll hang out here for the day. See how things are. That little pier here. This is one of the things that kind of is bothering me right now is the way this line is set up, and I need to get this fixed because it runs down underneath our boat and it's got this float on it. The float is in the wrong location. As a skipper, it's really your job to make sure that these things get handled properly. You can't depend on the guys at these little docks to understand how any of this works. People who installed it understood, but they're not around anymore. So what I need to do is move that float back to the end there where it belongs, and then move that line underneath all the way to the other side, because that's where it's tied up there off the bow. Alright, so I've moved this float over to the end here where it belongs.